Alright guys, guess what? We have made it to Hanoi, Vietnam. And it's a little bit chilly this morning. You can see we went from sweating in Bangkok to pretty much chilly here. It's damp and cold and windy. Not too windy, but yeah. So we are getting out for the first time. We slept in a little bit this morning, and now we're gonna get to lunch. So what could you do when you come to Vietnam but start with a Bahn Mi, right? That's what we're gonna do first. Let's have ourselves a little Bahn Mi, and then we'll take you guys around and show you some highlights of Hanoi.
And it must be good because the line is all the way out the door now. We got here thankfully before everybody else, so we didn't have to wait long, but you can see everybody's just piling in now.
Look at that line. So we gotta wait out here and then they'll bring us our food, so just give us 1 minute. Alright guys, here it is, the first Bahn Mi in Vietnam this trip. And I am psyched. I went ahead and got the classic pork one and she got a tuna fish one. So I'm gonna go on and dive on in. The bread is super crispy. The baguette is just, oh, listen to this. The beef and all the veggies, oh, I love it. I've been missing this for a long time. This is my go-to, even in the US, for Vietnamese food. So I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this, and we'll see you guys when we head out of here. Alright, that was absolutely delicious. We had a meal last night at a very traditional restaurant that didn't speak any English, and we just kind of ordered meat random. And it was pretty good, but not what we were looking for. This here Bahn Mi, this was delicious. And it's all because of the bread. The bread is super crispy, fresh. I guess that's like the best thing that the French left behind was the baguettes. Gotta love them for that. So anyway, first meal in the books, loved it. And now we're gonna head down to a park over here. There's a lake and a little park. It's a Sunday afternoon. There seems to be a ton of people just out about, hanging out. There was a little music going on over here. Everybody's celebrating. That's a first. I've never seen foosball being played in the street before. Oh, they got a miniature version for the kids too.
I'm falling in love with you. La 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 like. La la like. I feel la la la. I'm falling in love with you. I feel la 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 like. I feel la 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 like. I'm falling in love with you. La 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 like. La 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 like. I feel la 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 like.
Well, that's a random sport we've never seen before. That was cool.
Rồi chúng ta đang chờ
Every 5 feet there's somebody selling fruits. All different types of fruits already cut up everywhere you look. I, for the life of me, cannot remember the name of this lake, so we'll put it down below. But we're going to head across this little bridge and check out a temple in the middle of the lake, and then we'll come back and explore the madness over here.
The English conversion is Sword Lake.
Sword Lake is the English conversion. All right, let's go check it out. Alright guys, so this temple costs $1.25 each to get into, so we figured we'd go for it and see what it's all about here. Hello. Thank you.
Papa. Đi lùi xuống cái chỗ lúc nãy ấy. Ra đằng kia, chẳng kia.
Từ từ các bạn đi.
I noticed it's very clean here. The lake is very clean. We saw one dead fish, but other than that, the lake is real clean. No garbage, no litter. Even around the grounds, it's immaculate. Nothing. Walking through Hanoi just now, all the streets perfectly clean. Nice.
Perdona, porque luego me criticas que del postureo. Yo cuando estoy con la gente no molesto, ¿eh? O sea que no.
Ik denk gewoon, als ik nou heel slim ben en ik heb heel veel geluk, neem ik de stoel uit de raam, dan blijft hij in de weg.
Now, there are some little turtles in this lake out here we saw, but we ain't seen nothing that big out here.
Here we go, here we go, here we go!
Is that 100?
It's 100.
Oh boy, this is gonna be tricky. Alright, we'll give her this one then. That's a 20, right?
Yeah.
And a 200? Okay. One, just one. You filming it?
Có con.
Whatever you think.
5.000 con đã.
Bác giả gì mà giả bọn cháu không đủ để đi lấy buôn.
Năm bọn nó đưa 5.000.
Vâng, cảm ơn bác. Thank you. Vâng. Con đi đây bác ơi. Cảm ơn bác ạ. Đi đây.
How come every time we buy something, we get kicked out?
Right, we're bad luck with street vendors. Every time we purchase this candy, we get them thrown off the streets, I guess. So this thing that she was making us, she said was candy. I don't know what else it is but candy. So it's got cookies, coconut, and some sort of stringy thing. I don't know. You ready?
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
Huh?
It's marshmallow.
Oh yeah? I gotta take a photo first, because that's just how I am.
Oh, I blew it. I ate it.
No, you're okay.
I don't know. It has coconut and a cookie, obviously. But it's got like a big wad of marshmallow inside of it. It's actually really delicious, though.
It's like styrofoam, yeah?
Yeah, it's kind of like a styrofoam cookie. That was only 10,000 Vietnam dong. 10,000 dong. Let me see what that is in real life.
30 cents in real life.
Yeah, 40 cents for that. Not bad. All right, first snack, good to go. All right, guys, this is our second stop today. It's Train Street, and it's kind of like the one we saw in Vietnam, where they have just a train runs down this really narrow alleyway between buildings. There are a few cafes, but it seems to be blocked off right now because of tourists, I guess. So the story I've gotten from the locals is that you used to be able to walk up and down the street, hang out in the cafes, wait for the train. But apparently enough tourists were getting hit by the train because they weren't paying attention to the shopkeepers, so now they've got it blocked off and you can't really go down there.
They have a cafe right there. The lady was waving at
Yeah,
me.
there are a few cafes that you can go in as long as you're invited into them, but you must obey their rules. So, yeah, let's go see let's see when the next train's coming. We'll go in one of these cafes, I guess. When's the...
Do you know when the next train is?
Alright, so we found the cafe that would take us in, but it's now 3:45 and the next train doesn't come till 6 o'clock tonight because it's a Sunday. They're not really running as often. So I don't think we're gonna hang out for 2 hours. You kind of get the point as to what it's like. A train comes down the street in the middle of these cafes. It is a tight squeeze, but I don't think it's as tight as the one in Thailand. Alright guys, this is stop number 3, the Imperial Citadel, and this place is a series of ancient buildings built back in 1010. And the Tang Dynasty is no longer around, but when they were, this is where they resided. And now it's just a tourist place where a lot of Chinese and Vietnamese are posing in pretty costumes for pictures. Look at this one. We've been looking around and looking around, and it's pretty interesting. Buildings are nice and all that, but there's absolutely no plaques, no nothing explaining anything. So we're having to go off of Google to figure out what we're looking at and what's going on here. Let's see, this is a giant turtle. Sacred treasure of the Doji. So there's a lot of turtles and dragon heads guarding this place, and this place is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It cost us 30,000 dong each to get in here. What is that? It's about $1.15 each to get in here. not too bad. Quiet in here for the most part. This complex is basically just a lot of old buildings and young girls in uniforms taking pictures in front of them, like Instagram hell. That was a diploma, so if you graduate, you get one of those with your name engraved in it from the Royal Academy. These are the royal exams. Alright, so that museum helped clear up things a little bit. The Tang Dynasty was here originally. They built it. When they lost power, these grounds were then turned into military offices, military academy, a school, all that. And then after that, it was turned into a school area where people would come to study the teachings of Confucius. So a lot of the books in there that we were just seeing were their exams and their study materials and the history of Confucius here. So like I said, there is a lot of history. It's just not labeled real well. Make sure when you come, you go to the museum first. We found that at the end of our walk around the grounds here. It would have been a little more helpful in the beginning. But the buildings are pretty beautiful. And you can see everybody's just here dressed up, posing in their fancy dresses. So guys, we made our stops after we had our Bahn Mi. They were all real cheap, just like $1 each to get in, or free for the train place. Schedule it better if you want to see the actual train coming down the tracks. We missed that one. And we also missed the Ho Chi Minh Museum because it's already 4:30 and it closes at 5 and there's no way we'll make it there in time. So we're gonna skip out on that one. But otherwise, we're pretty impressed with Hanoi this time around. It's a lot less crowded than last time we were here. I guess maybe they're not back to 100% after COVID yet, but pretty cool. Definitely stop by the Citadel and check things out. Here we go, more people posing. Alright, so we are gonna head over now and grab a snack and probably call it a day after that. Let's see what we get to eat. Alright, so from up here you can really get a feel for what this place is about. It's about tour buses full of students dressed in beautiful dresses and suits and ties, and they're just posing, taking pictures everywhere. We don't know who they are or why. None of them speak English, so we can't really tell what's going on, but they're everywhere. Look at them. Yeah, maybe it's a graduation, Alyssa says. We really can't tell for sure, but they all have backpacks and changes of clothes, and they're out here posing and having a good time. Alright guys, it is just now starting to drizzle a little bit. We beat the rain all day, but it looks like our luck is running out. So we're probably going to call this video a wrap now before we get too wet. And we're gonna hop in a cab. We got about an hour ride because we have got such an amazing treat for dinner tonight. We're not gonna tell you about it now. If you want to see this special dinner, you gotta check out the next video, and believe me, you won't want to miss this one. This is up there on what the hell are we doing meters. So if you like this video, thanks for sticking around, give it a thumbs up, and really, you don't want to miss this next one. We'll see you soon.